Okay, so let's journey back in time. Way back, like 2,000 years to China's Han Dynasty. But here's the thing, we're not going to visit the glitzy imperial palace. No, we're going somewhere much grittier. We're heading out to the desolate frontiers to hear a single haunting poem. And trust me, it tells a story about this golden age that you won't find in the official records.
You see, while the official court scribes were all busy writing about glory and how the empire was expanding, these unknown poets were capturing something else entirely, a totally brutal, hidden reality. And what were they writing about? Not victory, not heroes. They were writing about the anonymous dead, the soldiers left unburied, left to rot on the battlefield. It's an absolutely stark truth, saved for us only in these poems.
So, to really get why this poem is so powerful, you gotta understand the world it came from. See, Han Dynasty poetry wasn't just one thing. It really had two totally different sides, two distinct faces. All right, so on one hand, you've got what we call courtly verse. Just picture these really grand, super formal songs, like the songs to pacify the world. This is the kind of stuff performed in the palace, you know? It's all about praising the emperor's virtue and how the universe is in perfect order. But then, on the complete other side of the spectrum, you have the folk ballads. And these were the songs of everyday people. They were raw, they were direct, and most of the time we have no idea who wrote them. These poems weren't about glory. No, they were about the tough, grim realities of life. War, love, and loss. And that's the world our poem comes from.
Okay, so let's dive into one of these folk ballads. And what's wild is, it doesn't have a famous author, there's no fancy title, it's just a voice. A voice speaking to us right from the middle of the carnage on the frontier.
Wow, the poem just hits you right from the start with this shocking bluntness. There's no warm-up, no heroic introduction. It's just the cold, hard facts. We fought south of the walls, we died north of the ramparts. That's it. The location is almost generic, right? It could be anywhere, which makes it feel like it's everywhere. It's this endless, brutal cycle of fighting and dying that was the soldiers' entire world.
And from there, the hard jest deepens. See, for them, death itself isn't the end of the story. The real, ultimate insult is being left out in the open. No proper burial, no ceremony, no chance of your body ever making it home. Think about that. It's this total loss of identity. You just become another forgotten piece of the landscape.
This next line is just astonishingly raw. The speaker, or maybe it's his ghost, is talking directly to the crows, to the animals that are going to pick his body apart. It's this dark, almost sarcastic acceptance of what's happening, like, go on, my rotting flesh can't run away from you. There's no escape. This isn't some elegant, flowery poem. It's a scream, a totally visceral scream captured in words.
And then, right after that gruesome image, the poem just pivots. It's a total shift in focus. We go from all this human horror to this calm, almost beautiful picture of nature. The water is deep and clear, the reeds are dark. It's like the natural world is completely unaware, totally indifferent to the human tragedy going on. And that contrast, that quietness, it somehow makes the whole thing even more devastating, you know?
So now the poem zooms in on the aftermath, what the battlefield looks like when the fighting stops. The valiant steeds, these noble war horses that were symbols of military might and heroism, they're all dead. And what's left? The nags, the lesser pack animals, just running around totally panicked and confused. It's such a powerful image. All the symbols of glory are just gone, and all that's left is pure chaos.
This next part, this is where we see the total collapse of, well, everything. A bridge is supposed to be about connection, right? It's about order, a path forward, a way to get back home. But here, it's been taken apart. Its whole purpose is gone. It's been turned into crude housing. It shows you a world where society has just completely and utterly broken down.
So, when you put all these images together, what you get is this complete landscape of despair. We can actually break it down into a few key ideas that really paint this devastating picture of war.
First off, the landscape itself is just defined by death. The unburied bodies, human and animal, are the main feature. That's what you see everywhere. Second, the whole world is just upside down. Nature is just doing its thing, serene and uncaring, but the human world, total chaos. All the structures and rules are gone, and finally, and this is crucial, there's no way out. The bridges are gone, there's no path home to the south, and no way to continue on to the north. It's a total dead end.
And the poem ends with these haunting, completely hopeless questions. How can one go south? How can bridges go north?
These aren't questions looking for an answer. They're a statement. They scream, "We are trapped. The world doesn't make sense anymore. North, south, direction itself has lost all meaning. There is absolutely no way forward."
So, what does this all mean? The power of this poem is that it's not just about the Han Dynasty. It tells us something timeless about conflict itself. It just rips away all the pretty justifications for war. Honor, glory, fighting for the empire. It strips all that away and it leaves you with just the brutal physical truth.
And in the end, that's what makes this poem so enduring. This anonymous voice from some long-forgotten battlefield becomes a kind of eternal witness. It's this powerful reminder that behind all the big, grand stories of history, the real story of war is so often about profound, personal, and anonymous suffering. A story where the only thing you could be certain of is a body left unburied on the moors.